Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's Super here and welcome back to another MK1 video. So today, I'm going to be uploading this late video on Ghostface's release day. By the way, leave a thumbs up for Ghostface's release day. It's always fun when a new character comes out. And I wanted to upload this ASAP because I'm rendering out my videos that I played in the live stream. So thank you guys who stopped by the live stream. But I want to share with anyone who wasn't watching the live stream some tips on how to play with Ghostface. So I have my two favorite cameos that I've used so far, which one is Mavado. That's the one I'm gonna start with because it's the most basic one. And then I'm gonna go into Shujinko, which surprisingly, Shujinko has been doing the most damage out of any cameos that I have played with Ghostface. So let's get things started here, starting off on the right side. So there's actually a lot of scenarios that Ghostface gets put into that no other character has in the game, and I'll talk more about them in a little bit. But let's just start off with the basics. There's going to be quite a bit of combo strings that you're going to want to use, especially with Mavado. It's going to change up a little bit with Shujinko, but Mavado, you do want to use your 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a really good tool for you because even though the last part does have a gap in it, meaning that if your opponent does their armor attack, they will be able to hit through your attack and then go into their armor. But this recovers fast enough for you to be able to bait them out. So if you want to bait them out, you know, if they continuously do armor attack, when you do this, bait them out and then punish. But the reason you want to throw that in there once in a while is because you could also throw in your run. Your killer run is going to be really important when it comes to Ghostface, but your opponent might be scared. They might be trying to press a button, so you know you won't get your run into command grab. So then that's when this comes in, and of course with Mavado you're going to be able to combo into any of these attacks. So 1, 2, 3 a really important combo string whenever you're using Mavado and Ghostface. Not so much the other characters, but you still want to throw it in there once in a while. Forward 2, 1, 2. Again, here's another combo string that you don't need a hit confirm. All you need to do is hold up, and if the opponent goes back flying, then Mavado's going to come in there and you're going to be able to get an easy conversion. Same thing with 2, 2, 2. That's why Mavado's like the most simple character cameo that you could use with Ghostface, because you really don't need to hit confirm anything. If this hits, Mavado comes in. Forward 2, 1 hits, you just hold up, Mavado comes in. 2, 2, 2, Mavado comes in. And here's the nice part. If you sweep, Mavado comes in as well for the launcher. You even have back 3, 4, and Mavado's gonna come in. I just didn't do it. There you go, Mavado comes in. So there's so much versatility. This is like a match made in heaven. And you know, I as soon as I played him, like in the early access, even with 30 minutes, I was like coming up with some combos. But it goes even further than that, which I'll show you guys. But again, you know, forward 2, 1, a really good combo string. If you are able to hit confirm it, you could go into your meter burn slash attack, down back 3, instead of going for just the Mavado, because then you'll save the Mavado for a potential mix-up that I'll show you guys. But another like cool little combo route, if you want to mix things up with Mavado and you punish your opponent, you could actually 2-in-1 cancel the last part of 3, 3, 3, which is really cool, right? So you could cancel it into anything you want. And if you want to change up the route, instead of, you know, going for something like that, you could go for something like this. You could go for something like that, change up the route a little bit. And then, you know, you could do whatever you want after that. That was not going to be a good combo, but it's just an example of different routes that you can take with Mavado if you don't want to use just the same old routes, right? Just keeping it simple here. Restand into plus frames, which I'll show you guys in a little bit why that's so important. But any combo string, Mavado's going to come out. So the moves that I was using a lot, one thing that I noticed from my experience is that Ghostface could get easily zoned out. He's pretty slow on the ground. He's not like the fastest character in the world. His moves are pretty slow, even this move, which I do throw out a lot. I try to throw out this move as much as I can, because if they happen to come in, you know, that comboed right there. If they get caught by the slash, that's going to combo. right? Depending on how close you are with your opponent. But other than that, like if you get a trade, that actually does a good amount of damage. I was, you know, trading in my favor when it came to trading back and forth with my opponents that were using like Sindel, characters like that. But this is a special move you want to throw out there if you're in full screen. Using the run in neutral with a character that has okay to good zoning is not a good idea. Trust me, I did that versus Sector and I got whooped. So I think the run is mostly going to be an up-close tool. That's where you want to be with Ghostface, up close and personal. Because if you set your opponent to block, going to block all, you could actually cancel your run really fast into your attacks. So you could cancel into your overhead, you could cancel it into the Rambo stance, and then you could cancel it into your command grab very, very fast. And this is where your opponent's going to have to start making reads, right? Because you could also go for this. If your opponent thinks that you're going to go for your command grab, obviously they could interrupt it with a down one or stand one, whatever, right? But if they try to press a button and you finish your combo string, they're going to get hit by that low, and then they're going to get launched by Mavado. One thing I will warn you guys is be careful with throwing out your command grab or 1, 2, 3 too much, because both of those attacks could get armor through. So if you do this and you cancel into your command grab, armor attack. Or you do this, armor attack. So it's always good to just try to bait your opponent out with 1, 2. Same thing with 2, 2. Obviously, it changes up the mix-up. You don't really get that low mix-up, but then that's when you just go in for your overhead or something like that. And the overhead is pretty much completely safe unless they outblock it. But it's a really, really strong tool to go in for your killer run into the command grab. It's so strong, and especially you got Mavado helping you out with a full combo extension, and then you go in for, you know, whatever damage you want. Obviously, you're not going to do the most damage in the world with Mavado. I'll show you guys the difference between Mavado's damage and Shujinko's damage in a little bit. But Mavado just opens up so many possibilities offensively for Ghostface. It's pretty cool. Obviously, raw command grab is something that I didn't do too much the first time that I played him. I think you could tick throw. You could tick throw, command grab, down 1. Got to be careful with that. Down 3. Stand 1 doesn't seem like it tick throws. 1, 2 doesn't tick throw. 3, 3 or 2, 2, 2. So down 1 is going to tick throw, meaning that if they continue blocking while you do the down 1, it actually goes into the command grab. They have to like mash out of it. So raw command grab, really good. If you want to meter burn it, get a little bit of extra damage there. It's not going to really do much. I probably wouldn't recommend meter burning it. I think this is enough right here. And of course, you could do your meter burn run, which I think just gives you the meter burn version of that specific attack. So I don't really use a meter burn run too much. For a lot of damage that you're going to do with some different cameos, for example, with Shujinko, I couldn't start with this move. This is going to be very important to start your combos whenever you don't want to use your cameo. And it actually doesn't scale that much. 1 bar of meter, 30%, right? I mean, that's pretty low compared to a lot of characters in the game. But with Mavado, you're actually going into a 30% combo into a reset situation or a mix-up situation. So I'll show you guys what that sequence would look like, because you do have this back 3 that restands the opponents. And then from that, you could go into an overhead, a low, raw command grab. I think you could just go in with your mid if you want. You open up so many possibilities, and this is where Mavado and Ghostface are really strong. Let's just say, for example, right? You get a hit confirm on this. Boom. You go in for your B&B. Boom, boom. And then this situation right here, you're plus, I think, over 10, something like that. So your opponent can jump out if you go in for your raw overhead, right? But if you do this, they're gonna get hit. They're not gonna be able to jump. Or if you do this, they're not gonna be able to jump. So it just depends on where your opponent goes with their defense. But a sequence would look something like this. I mistimed the trap. The command grab is lasts a lot longer on screen. Oh gosh. Dropping in now. You could go with that, but if you're scared that you're gonna drop it, I'll just keep it like very simple. But that does work. I'll just keep it very simple. So that's what like a full sequence would look like with Mavado and Ghostface. Not too meter intensive. If you go for the overhead option. If you go for the low option, is you know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You go in for the low, obviously it's gonna do less damage compared to you doing the overhead into the killer run. It's gonna do less damage, but you still get put into that situation. And then again, you could actually get these restands with any character. Rock command grab, right? Rock command grab is another tool that you could use. Three-way mix-up with Mavado. So that's gonna be what you want to do on offense. If you don't want to focus on getting people into vortexes like that, you know, you could just focus on trying to hit them with a combo string. You know, and then going into whatever offense you want. But that's pretty much how you play Mavado right there. And you could also go into a different cameo or different variation if you want. The gravity is going to be weird on some different combos, but I would probably recommend if you're using Mavado, like you really do not even need to use any other variation. You don't need to use Assassin or Enforcer. Like Mavado and default Ghostface are so good together, but that's where you know, sort of play around with what you want to do with these characters. But now let's move on to my boy Shujinko. Let me just put him on. Actually, I'll show you guys like this, just so I could, because I showed the stream 100% damage sequence with Shujinko, but I'll start off just with the basics. So it's gonna depend on what moves you steal, all right? Because if you steal a move that stays on the ground, for example, Ghostface, the 2 bars of meter that you use on your cameo, the important move, it keeps Ghostface on the ground. So then you're able to go into your meter burn back forward 3. The reason that's so significant is if you're using a character that's launches, you're gonna get less gravity, and you're not gonna be able to do this and immediately try to reset Shujinko. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about with resetting Shujinko. So I'm gonna do forward 2-1 into the 2-bar Shujinko, and then I'm gonna do 4-4 into meter burn back forward 3, and call in Shujinko to start recharging as soon as I can. So by the time that Shujinko comes back, or by the time that I do the Shujinko crumble, he will have a full bar of meter again to use. It's pretty cheap if you're able to like get the hit. And look how much damage it's gonna do. This is only gonna be 1 bar of meter, guys. Just 1 bar of meter. Oh wait, that's not it. I was just supposed to finish the combo. 1 bar of meter, guys. So that's 1 bar of meter, 45%. 45%, just 1 bar of meter, that's it. Most characters are not even going to get 45%. They're probably going to get, well, with Shujinko, he does a ton of damage. That's why I like using this team. You're going to get that crazy amount of damage. But where it gets even better is Shujinko grants Ghostface a restand sequence. Well, I guess he could do a restand sequence with any character because it's back 3 restands. But you're going to have a full Shujinko for your opponent to deal with. And then your opponent's going to have to decide what they want to do. If they want to try to jump out and you think they will try to jump out, you could attack with your forward 2-1 or with your 1-2 attack. The only bad thing is that you will not have a mix-up with this sweep. That's the only bad thing. But a full 100% sequence with Shujinko will look something like this. Let me recharge this old mofo. He's been spending, you know, years and years and years perfecting his craft, right? So this is a full sequence with Ghostface and Shujinko. This is gonna do a little bit less than 100%, but oh no, I think this is 100% one. Oh, there you go. Okay, because I did use 2 bars of meter. So 100% damage sequence with Ghostface and Shujinko if your opponent doesn't block this overhead. If they're just respecting you and they don't block that overhead, then you get a full Shujinko and you pretty much loop the same combo. Obviously, if they get a breaker, they'll break whatever. Or if, you know, because you don't have that initial mix-up, there's no real reason for them not to block high. But then if they block high, you could throw in, you know, a command grab, and it's still 10% damage. You could also, if you think they're going to jump, you know, you could stop them from jumping by, instead of going for this overhead, after this, you just go in with... you just go in with your 1-2, and then it pretty much does the same thing. If they try to jump, it's going to do the same thing. So I think it's definitely a really good sequence there with Shujinko. And just let me... Shujinko in general is just going to do a ton of damage. I've been liking Shujinko a lot, but it does take a little bit of time to get used to. Check this out also. One of my favorite things about Shujinko is he actually wears the Scream mask. He actually wears the Ghostface mask. That is one of the funniest and one of the coolest details so far playing Ghostface for me. It's so sick. I love it. I love that Shujinko wears that Ghostface mask. But any sort of confirm, even from your fastest button. I'm not even gonna do. I'm not even gonna spend the bar of meter. So this is just meterless. Meterless damage, 379. That's really good. But that's why I say that cashing out and using a bar of meter is actually very useful for Shujinko, because you are able to charge up another Shujinko for that little bit of extra damage. Obviously, I don't need to charge them up here, but by the time that this combo finishes, I could use them again. So that's pretty much 1 bar of meter, 453 damage off of your fastest button. That's really, really good. Am I missing anything else? No, I think that's it. I mean, I'll show you guys one of my favorite combos that I have so far with this team. Oh wait. Gotta switch to Assassin. Wait, what was it again? Could I do... I think I can get away with another Shujinko afterwards. I'm not gonna do it, but I just like using the assassin. I think her moves are awesome. I think I can do this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you recover with the Shujinko assist. Hold on, let me just refill this again, just so I could like test it out, because I'm pretty sure that you can. All right. This is what I love doing, spending time in training mode, trying to come up with some of these awesome looking combos. Yep, and there it is. As you guys see, I started with no Shujinko. Well, I guess I charged up Shujinko, but you're able to charge up another Shujinko and still continue that combo. I think this combination is really fun to play. Let's see. What else could I add into this combo? Maybe cut it short and use the purple stuff. I think I didn't call him in time, but I think I could do this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do forward and the A punch, pretty much. That's a little confusing. I don't think that was a combo that I was doing. Am I gonna do it in time? No. Yeah, that was not the combo that I was doing. I think I was doing the same combo. I was just doing it with 3 bars of meter. All right, where's my meter at? All right. If I have like all my resources, I could get Shujinko twice and then go into a fatal blow. So let's do that. It's probably the longest combo that I have. That's the longest combo that I have so far. It looks awesome. Shujinko, you're the MVP right now. Shujinko's definitely been my favorite cameo that I've used so far with Ghostface. Yeah, the fatal blow scales like crazy. I think this fatal blow scales worse than like Sindel. Sindel's fatal blow scales like crazy. This is like, I think, the worst fatal blow in the game when it comes to scaling at the end of a combo. That did probably like 2%. That should not happen. No fatal blow should do 2% even if you do it all the way at the end. I think they should change that. They should do a minimum like 15%, even if it's like scaled all the way, because it's fatal blow, right? But anyways, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new with Ghostface. Go out there and try him out. Let me know what you guys think. But until next time, I will see you guys later.